Hello everybody, my name is Nettie. Welcome back to another episode of Kirby Squeak Squad. Last time, we finally got our cake, our beloved cake, after so very long. And today, we got a few more things I wanted to wrap up before we truly part ways with this game. And it's not the squeaks. So first things first. Our file is fully cleared out, 120 out of 120. If we check our sub-games, we now have that final one cleared out, Boss Endurance. Now, Boss Endurance is more or less like what you guys know as the arena. We get ourselves a really nice cover art looking like this. And it's very much just a battle to the top of the tower. And the objective is fairly simple. We're going to battle our way to the very top of that tower. So why don't we take care of that straight away? It's not my objective to show you guys every little thing that's possible, but I would like to show you guys at least the obvious ones. Now, if we really want to, we could grab every single hard-hitting ability and call it a day. But I'm not sure. For starters, I'm kind of curious to know what happens if I do this. I neither want those abilities. I got Bubble. Bubble might legitimately come in handy here. Now knowing that some bosses, especially Meta Knight, actually give you their weapon. That was not something I knew as a kid. That's completely new news to me. Now, I think I'm rather curious. I grabbed a whole bunch of powerful ones, just in case. Well, we'll always be back here regardless. The bubble still respawns, so think very carefully about your next choice. Well, I guess I did just get a bubble right now, so what I could probably do is actually, sounds silly, rather silly, but get rid of this bubble, at least for now. I want to grab this sword and this fire, and I'm just gonna line myself up right here. On the bottom screen, might as well make myself a flaming sword. I said a long time ago I would show you guys the full extent of what you can do with it. It's very straightforward, but what better time did a boss rush to show you guys what some of these weapons can really do? And tell you what, I probably will live to regret this. I'm gonna spit out hammer. I'm going to take bubble. I'm going to, not that, whoops. Take magic. And I think I just lost hammer. Yeah. Well, you know what? It's fine. There are still many other fantastic abilities to be had here. Now, magic was another one of those abilities that I swore up and down that it's really good. It's really good if you know what you're doing. And I imagine I'm probably not going to get it down on my first try. So what better time than the present to show you guys the full extent of what can be done here. And just as I said before, every ability we have encountered in this game is here, even the rare ones. And before you leave, before you head out this door, take a moment to consider. Every ability is in this game. If you so wish, you can go in with the triple star. You're not locked to it just being the final boss in this game. No siree. It's pretty awesome. But without further ado, if I can very quickly get the tiny Kirby AFK animation for the road, I'd feel much better. No? No? Yes! Oh, it's so very cute. Oh, okay. Oh, I feel much more better going into this. Our first target's gonna be King DDD, so let's do that. They also start you off with a Metamato, so you probably don't want to fill up your stomach entirely, but definitely have a backlog of abilities. I figured I'd choose an ability that I feel like is decently powerful, doesn't get a lot of credit for what it can do. This cloud attack can hit pretty hard, as we've seen from past endeavors. Does not mean that I'm good at this. We could also send out birds. I don't know if I've done it before, and I'm definitely not going to do it now. Oh, yes, I remember now. The scroll ability for magic is, whoa, let's not get hit by that. Hit by the birds again. And maybe I could finish him off with a clown? Yes, I can. So I can quite literally say, get clowned on. Pretty satisfying, not gonna lie. Up next is going to be Miss Molly. Last time we kind of made a joke of her, and unfortunately, it's not too hard to make a joke of her again. So let's head straight into it. No Metamato for us this time. I'm gonna hold on to ours until we reach a really critical state. Run up to Miss Molly. That's a really good hit with the bomb there. Magic is also really good for this because you can hit the stuff out of the way before it gets to do the trajectory the doves take. really wailing Miss Molly. She's super... Clown is such a good ability on some of these guys. Oh gosh. Watch out for that. Shadow! Oh. Oh, hey, I killed her by proxy. Okay, grab magic before we get booted out. As much as I make fun of Miss Molly, I took a lot of damage on that one, more so than King DDD. That's a little bit embarrassing, don't you think? Up next is Mecha Kreko, so let's get straight into that one as well. Now, I know I said last time that you really want to go into this, preferably with... Oh dear. Ah, I got stuck in my animation. Preferably you want to go into this with a flying ability. Tornado makes this guy a joke. Like, no kidding. One downside to Magic Kirby is you get stuck in your animations a lot. So be careful when you choose to do things like Clown. Clown can hit like a freight train, but also leave you as open as the broadside of a barn. But we got phase 2 to take care of. It's not as easy as last time. We're going to be playing a lot more defensive because there's not a lot of platforms for us. Only at the mercy of what Kreko offers us. Oh shoot. I really would like to not lose magic. If I can get through this with magic, that would be cool. Oh, yikes. Instant game over. There's no lives in this one, unfortunately. It boots us back to this screen, so all those fancy weapons we got ourselves are no more. Well, back to the little hub place. We have a lot of choices to make. I really loaded myself up last time, but just mostly as a backup. I wasn't expecting to fall so horrendously, per se. That being said, I'm probably not going to object to doing the same setup as last time. If the boot fits, as they say. We'll take magic again. I was about to take magic, and then I thought, well, I guess I did a pretty good showing on magic, I feel. Maybe, maybe not. I feel like magic is just an ability I really enjoy, so there's a part of me that just wants to play for that reason. If it can be helped, I'd rather not go in with Hammer. I feel like Hammer, for lack of better phrasing, is the easy way out. Yes, the clown hits like a truck, like I said. I just want to take this time to really appreciate some of the abilities that never really came back. Now, hopefully, we can get through King DDD and Miss Molly with a bit more survivability. Still getting hit by the same spit attacks, unfortunately. Not immune to that. And that's King DDD down for the count. Let's take care of Miss Molly again. That's probably the fastest I've ever taken care of Miss Molly. And I'm certain you can do it even faster. I'm pretty sure the speedrunners do this one specifically with Tornado. Tornado is going to make Mega Crack Codes that much easier, but gosh. You know what? I should change it up. And also try and win. I'll go into this with Tornado. We already died once. Now it's time to win. Tornado is a pretty straightforward ability. All you really do is spin, and then by holding your fly button, that's how you aim yourselves upwards. It's very simplistic, and yet it's so fascinating. It is not as simple as it seems. There's a lot more to Tornado, because as you Tornado, you start to go around rather wildly. Tornado also requires that you kind of control yourself. Tornadoes are not just an easy thing to master, you know. I believe I said it before in a past episode, but I'm fairly certain that Sectonio totally got this idea of having like dividing and changing platforms purely off of this fight alone. I could be wrong. There could definitely be other fights that do it, but I feel like yet another thing that Kirby Squeak Squad has inspired. And on that note, Mega Crack goes down, but we're not quite done with Doc yet. Up next is Yadgain. Yadgain? I'm not quite sure how to pronounce his name. I went out of my way to actually learn their names so that I could tell you guys correctly instead of being like, oh, this guy. Yeah. But it does not mean I will know how to pronounce them, unfortunately. Judging by the headquarters of Nintendo and HAL Labs, it's safe to assume that these names are most likely based off of some Japanese stuff. I would love to learn Japanese at some point in my life, but it just feels really not only daunting, but also I'm trying to focus on learning another language right now, Spanish, more than anything else, because I have a lot of family that speak Spanish, and I feel bad that I can't particularly talk to them, nor do I really have a connection to my language or anything of that sort. I'm hardly good at English. He's only slightly alive. There we go, got him down. He looks insanely cool. Gotta hand it to you, Doc. You really know how to make a good looking mech. Now, I kind of want to switch weapons again, I feel like it'd just be fitting to go like 2-on-2-on-2. But also, up next is Bobo, that firebird thing. He's annoying, and I'd rather not deal with him on anything that's not Tornado. All right. I'm gonna go into this with Tornado because chances are I'm gonna get landed that volcano in the middle anyways. And then I'll swap it up. Also, because we're Tornado, we can adapt to the lava on the ground and get even stronger compared to last time. That being said, you do have to brush across the platform first. I remember doing this boss rush a lot. I really practiced hard to get good at this. So something I only recently learned about this boss that I'm feeling a little embarrassed about is when I was making the thumbnail for that episode where we did fight him, I realized for the first time in what feels like a very long time, that little red spot on his chest there, on his belly, I thought that was a face, and then his beak was his nose, and then, you know, he had his unibrow, and I thought he was an owl with a really weird, like, car salesman face, if that makes sense. And only now am I finally realizing that that is in fact an owl's face with like different colored feathers. But come on guys, from a distance, does he not look like a bird with a mustache and a nose and like this weird creepy smile? It can't be just me. Now the roach is up next, so I definitely would like to still fly, or at least somewhat fly so I can reach him. So why don't we go into this with UFO? Still no Metamato for us, but not like we need another one just yet. This is uncorrupted Doroch, so we're not too screwed just yet. Oh, but I will be if I'm not careful. Ah, shoot. Already off to a rough start. Let's get out of the blast range and let's charge up our own laser. How about that, huh? Sometimes the best offense is literally doing nothing. And other times it's just getting absolutely nailed by Doroch. It's just, oh, you can't win them all sometimes. Or ever. Ah, dang it. Doroch can definitely be decently tricky, especially when it comes to that triple star attack, since it's not exactly very clear what direction it goes in. Now might be a good time for the Metamato. Oh, jeez, that's not good at all. Got ourselves healed up. Watch out for the triple star, but also watch out for the roach. Oh, this is definitely the fight that's gonna bang me up the most, isn't it? If it's not Meta Knight that this outright makes me lose, as usual. As long as we're patient and we're not too hasty with that kind of stuff, we should be able to survive just fine. The stars from the triple king from the roach do not last very long. They bounce around for a little while and then you should be fine. We're getting close. We just need to be very careful. That's not careful. Watch out for that laser. One more hit should do the trick. Here we go. Not too bad. Just essentially my life and a half. Now I'm kind of curious. This probably isn't my best interest, but I'm rather wondering, can I beat Meta Knight with UFO? We still haven't gotten offered another Metamato. Why UFO might be handy here is we can do the little sparks on the ground because we're back on the ship. Oh dear. This does stop Meta Knight from being absolutely angry with us. Oh, Meta Knight. Always proving to be very difficult for me. Oh, and we lost UFO. That's... Oh, of course, Meta Knight. Of course, Meta Knight. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Ow! No. Hold on. Fire sword. Maybe I should have brought a lightning sword. That didn't last very long. Darn it, Meta Knight. Why do you always do this? Now, if I recall correctly, since we got every chest, that does mean that we do have every ability. There were a couple of things that I think I failed to show you guys in the past. So similar to how you can mix a elemental ability with sword to get an elemental sword, you can also mix an element with a bomb to get an elemental bomb. This is one that escaped my mind for a very long time, and I feel like I failed to show that to you guys. As far as I can tell, those are the only two weapons that allow you to do a mashup such as that. I think I still might go with a bubble here. I think I'm definitely gonna take Tornado again. I think I'll take Magic again, just like I did last time. Magic's been working out very well for me. And I think I'm not gonna pack UFO this time. Maybe it may not end up the way I'm hoping for, but oh well. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't know everything that this game has to offer. Last time I played this game, I was a child. A literal child. Let's not... Oh... Why do I always fall for that? I was a little child the last time I played this, so I only discovered the things that I was able to find out as a kid would. There's not exactly a lot of explanations that those things are possible when you're younger. Almost got King DDD down, and we'll do it with style. And by style, I mean a giant clown. You know what? I'm feeling a little decorative. How about we go back to Snow for a little bit? Just be that much cuter. This Molly is and probably still is going to be a very easy fight. You can just absolutely wail on her while she's out here, and just that was so quick and easy. And then from here, I think now we're gonna switch to Tornado. It feels so strange playing these games, and I remember how hard these fights used to be for me. And I mean, by all means, I'm definitely not exactly showing off that I'm doing any better by any means. But it definitely is this feeling of like, I remember when these fights used to be like legitimate trouble for me. It used to keep me up at night because I just couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong. And yet everyone and their mom and the internet would say like, you know, Kirby games are easy. When you're a kid, Kirby games are easy. And also I would argue when you're trying to talk and maintain conversation whilst also playing a game, it's not easy. But I think that's just a learning curve when it comes to, I guess, video production. Oh, that was a bit unlucky on my part. Yikes. Really unlucky on my part. Wrong place, wrong time. Bomb, unfortunately, cannot go with fire. Bomb with fire would just make an explosion. But you can mix bomb with thunder to get, or bomb with spark rather, to get a spark bomb or a thunder bomb. I think I'm going to go with the ice sword for this one. And maybe fire will come in handy someday. Fire on its own is not something to laugh at. Goes to show that in the right hands, Tornado is very powerful. And I may not be that right hand. I was gonna take Bubble with me, but then I remember I need to leave at least one free space for a Metamato, and now I had to spit it out. Now let's see if I can get through the King DD fight this time without getting inhaled. Just gonna focus on attacking from a distance, and the moment he gets a little too close, we flip to the other side. Down for the count. Now I'm feeling a little bit customizable again. Honestly, I'm not even sure why I just want to change my colors so much lately. I just figured, might as well. Funny. Let's head straight into the Molly fight. Molly's down. We're doing much better this time when it comes to the staying alive department. I'm gonna swap over to Tornado and hopefully not fall to my death again this time. I think a really important part to Tornado is knowing when your Tornado form expires so you're not caught with your pants down, much like I was about to be. Okay, that's phase one down, taken care of. Oh no, not again. Oh, come on, man. Always wrong place, wrong time, huh? I guess in typical me fashion, it's not as clear-cut as I would love it to be. I'm not going to pretend like I'm some professional Kirby player. I'm also not going to pretend like Kirby is the easiest game known to mankind. Neither statement would particularly be true. I definitely feel like Kirby is what you make of it. So if you want Kirby to be an easy game, it can be. And if you want Kirby to be a bit more of a challenge, there are definitely a lot of methods that you can do to make it harder on yourself. Never picking up a copy ability unless absolutely necessary is an excellent way to make any Kirby game just a little bit more complicated. Choosing to walk everywhere instead of run could also make things a lot more complicated. Oh, no, not again. Just a little too close to King DDD. Now, I'm the kind of person that, both in my spare time and just in general, when it comes to games, I do like to work on myself and perfect my craft, per se. I like to see if I can get better. I mean, okay, yes, that sounds very like a given, but hear me out. With a lot of games, especially like, I guess, like not like role-playing games, but like turn-based games, strategy games, anything and everything in between, I always try and work on, like, how can I improve myself and be better than I was last time? That's always been a lot of the fun for me when it comes to those kind of games. Just seeing if I can improve myself. I used to play a lot of, I'm gonna make sure I'm far away from you this time. There we go. I haven't been playing a lot of shooter games recently, but I used to play a lot of shooter games and the same feeling was there. I really wanted to work on improving my aim, my accuracy, all that fun stuff. It's really fun, and I love the challenge of some of the, at least the weapons and characters I used to choose. If you have been here on the channel, you probably have scrolled long enough to see that there are some very old clips of me playing Overwatch. I had thought about deleting them. It's some of me and some of my friend. Finally survived that in one piece. That's embarrassing. There's a couple clips of me and a friend of mine. I might end up unlisting the ones that have my friend in it, just out of courtesy. I don't know if he needs those videos anymore, and I should really try and clean up this channel a bit better. But I figured, hey, that's still a part of my history. But at the same time, now it does make me wonder, where exactly do I fall when it comes to, I guess, my first video per se? Because by technicality, those Overwatch videos would be my first videos, would it not? But I only really started like recording seriously because of these series, really. Oh, that's not good at all. I initially recorded those gameplays and those videos both for myself to see the progress I was making. I am taking unnecessary amounts of damage. That's embarrassing. My friends at the time all had crappy internet. They lived in like the middle of nowhere to the middle of the mountains to just not places with good internet. And why do I keep doing that? I'm not trying to, but I'm just really banging myself up. Woo. Oh, he has like no health. Let's take care of this. There we go. Just gonna heal up now, preemptively. Definitely could have done better. To make a long story very short, my friends had crappy internet. I did not, so I said, hey, why don't I record our games? And then I send a video to you guys, so when you guys need them for whatever like endeavors you're going into, whether it's like esports or whatever it is, you have the videos ready and you won't blow up your family computer trying to download one thing. And so I became the residential could you record this game for me person. Oh, not good at all. Nope. Ooh, that was super close. Please tell me you guys see it too, right? You see the face, right? The little brown part under his beak is the mustache. The red part is this creepy smile. And I'm pretty sure that the unibrow is intentional. So I don't think I'm weird for that one. But like the beak being the nose, like this whole time I thought he just had a face. He did not. And now I feel a little embarrassed. We've almost got him. At least I hope. All things considered, he looks pretty cool. I quite like him. I don't know if he's based off of some mythological creature or not, or if he's just someone's amalgamation, but I quite like him. Ooh, I almost landed in the lava in the last second. Against my better judgment, I'm gonna go into this with Tornado as well. The roach is inherently far easier once you do have Tornado, to be totally fair. It's almost unfair, and you get the ice bonus by touching the ground, which I did not get that time, but ooh, just watch out for the roach. I'm not sure he knows what to do because I'm moving as fast as he would. Really does a number on him. It's just, Tornado is no joke. I know I said I wasn't gonna use Hammer, but I didn't say I wasn't gonna use any powerful abilities. It is a boss rush after all. We gotta bring our Sunday best. And sometimes my Sunday best is whipping up a Tornado, I guess. Ugh, I know that this is, I mean, I guess it's not heresy, but every time I think of church, I think of the time my sister and I were waiting in the car. I can't remember if the sermon was about to start or if it had just ended, but my sister was not feeling well. I don't know what, well, okay, I do know what she ate that morning because she threw it up on me. Oh, so gross. And to this day, every time I think about that kind of cereal, I can remember the smell and ugh. I wouldn't say I'm the kind of person that like I see vomit or smell vomit and it makes me want to vomit, but there's just something about that day. It was just really pungent, I suppose. No, that's not the right word at all. That sounds very awful. I'm so sorry. Oh, shoot. That was poorly timed on my behalf. Oh, tornado mode. Let's get out of here. We can very well most likely blaze our way through this with just Tornado, but gosh, I don't know. It feels a little unfair to do that, and another part of me is like, well, whatever. I want to win. Definitely when it comes to the arena, this one wasn't the one that I got stuck on the most. That honor definitely goes to Kirby Superstar Ultra, both for the series and just in my day-to-day life. This one I very much do remember that I did fight it on my own. It took several attempts, but I was able to handle it eventually. I feel like people don't talk about it nearly enough, but this fight is pretty cinematic. Oh no! I was too far away to cover up your identity, my friend. Already to the top of the tower, it would seem like. We'll still have times to show you the other abilities. Still no Metamato, so we better not mess this up. First things first is the Roach, just like last time. And not much has changed from last time as well, so the beam is much bigger, much nastier. There's no longer that ice field at the bottom, so Tornado won't be able to get that big enough boost. His bombs are going to be massive again, and he has this really cool color scheme going for him. Really trying to be very careful with how I position myself so that I do not end up in a bad situation such as that. Of quickly inhale and tornado it. Ooh. Trying to do everything in my invincibility frames is very risky. So kind of jumping back to that Overwatch thing, I used to play Widowmaker a lot. I love the challenge of Widow, but I didn't really like the community surrounding snipers in general on the internet. That's not good at all. Oh dear. Okay, it's Sparky Bomb time. That was too close for comfort. I'm probably gonna die, aren't I? Well, if I do not get a chance, can't blow him up now. Spark Bomb, at first, doesn't really do much. Darn it. I probably shouldn't have put on Sparky Bomb yet, should I? Oh, they require you to grab the triple star. I really didn't want to do this with the triple star, but I had a lapse in judgment, which is my fault and my fault alone. I always really like sniper characters in game. I find them to be really cool, and playing them is equally as fun. I know that for everyone, it's a to each their own kind of deal, but for me, I love the concept of high risk, high reward. A character, ooh, jeez, a character that within the right hands can do absolutely phenomenal damage. I'm going to heal up right now before I eventually get myself killed. Bomb actually would have been fantastic for this fight, but of course I mistime it. They still offer you a turkey in this trying time. Just be very careful. He's gonna start off with Spark this time. I don't know if I completely explained it well enough. He does this little shock thing that goes out in an X formation, and then it's going to shock the corner specifically, so you're not safe where you are. Oh, already switching it up on me. Heading straight into ice, I'm going to have my turkey, and he's gonna freeze the floor. He's a little too close for comfort. I was supposed the general rule of thumb is, if he's ice, stay in the corner. If he's spark, do not be in the corner. Very carefully try and whack my way to safety. He's getting angry now. All right, now it's fire time. Jump up. This will blast the ground with a giant pillar of fire and then spread it across. Stay out of the middle. He's really angry. He's going really fast now. We need to be a little bit more careful, but I think we got this in the bag. Congratulations. 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 We did it. There's not a lot of flourish for doing the boss rush in this one. And I'll tell you guys right now, there's no true boss endurance. There's no true arena. This fight technicality isn't really an arena. Yet another reason why people get a little bit angry at this game for not really having a story, because a lot of the story for Kirby happens in the arena, mostly via the pause screen. There's still just a little bit left to do with Kirby. We're not totally done yet. So I'm probably gonna end the episode here for today. And then we'll take care of the last bit of things related to Kirby, most likely tomorrow. So thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, any input on how it can improve is greatly appreciated. That being said, I hope you guys have a great day or you guys have a great night. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye now.